And we have yet another industrial disaster here. Not quite the Chernobyl kind, 1986, but if you entrust this padlock with your belongings in your travels, if you tie your baggage, luggage, or valuables with this padlock, you'll be in for a nasty surprise. This made in China padlock that costs $2.50 in the dollar store is a piece of garbage and has been a piece of garbage since it left the design table. Okay, let me show you what's wrong with this. On the surface, it features a stylish plastic housing and a nice cable. This button reels this cable back. This cable is actually a wire rope, an aircraft cable, and is vinyl coated. It's really nice. Let me just get you a close-up on this one. The wire braidings are not sticking out from this because it's all contained by the vinyl coating, so it's not catching on clothes or my finger or my nails. It's really nice. The wire cable ends in a fantastically well designed anchor that's cold forged or cold formed, and this latches into the padlock like so. This latch opens and releases the anchor by using this button here on the side. So the padlock here features these two numeric tumblers here, and it seems to be that the combination at which the latch opens is 36, because the latch opens right now. But if we change it to 38, oops, it still opens. If we change it to 30 anything, it still opens flawlessly. If we change it to, I don't know, 60, or you select any other number on the other tumbler, it's still going to open effortlessly. A fantastic theft deterrent device for $2.50. Not only that, but the inside components, especially around the latch, are made of plastic. If you yank on this cable hard enough, you can rip it right out of the latch, and inside you can see some metal flakes are glistening there. That's what I'm trying to focus the camera on, and I have more of this metal flake stuff on the paper everywhere there. It looks like glitter, so I don't know what's failing in this product. This is a plain drywall knife or blade. This plastic housing is coming apart in just a few minutes, and I'm gonna take a look inside. Its plastic components inside protect none of your valuables. It's a flawless waste of your money and resources, all made in China, especially for you. Available at your local dollar store. So I've opened the case and have removed a couple of parts. This is the coil spring that was winding the wire cables and these two dials are from those two tumblers. The case is open, so we can take a look at the inside here. And as we go along, I will remove some of the components that are not necessary for our story. So first item is this big gray wheel right in the middle here, around which this wire cable was wound and under which this coil spring was wound. So I'm gonna get rid of it, and it worked with this pawl like that was holding it in place there, like so. You get the idea. So I'm gonna get rid of this one, very simple, this wheel, and this push button here was also operating this system here. So these are components of that, not necessary for our story. Underneath the dials are these two spring plates that used to hold the dial in place at certain selections, not necessary for our story. What is necessary here is the following components here. We've got this push button here, two springs, one around this little pin and a bigger one there. Again, what went wrong with this is that no matter where you set these two tumblers, I'm just gonna kind of hold them in place, no matter what combination, numerical combination you set these two, this latch opens and releases the cable's anchor end anywhere. It doesn't matter where these are. Okay, so the reason for it is somewhat visible here. This play is partially the cause of it. This is too much play. You can see the small spring and the little push pin, where the push pin lines up with the center of this dimple or depression there at the end of the cable. The push pin is not necessary for the rest of our story, so I'm going to park it there. And what is interesting to look at is the amount of bearing surface area only partially overlaps the shoulder of this anchor here. This is, by the way, where the metallic looking chips also come from or peel off from. And you can look at the plastic shoulder. If I take it out and just take the whole thing apart, just give me a sec. And so this is how the latch looks like, and this flat shelf here that's got a curved front interacts with the shoulder here on the anchor cable, and they interact like so to keep your belongings secured and keep the wire rope in place. But due to the overly generous play around the latch itself and the anchor end on the cable, you can see that there's too much play here for this to be angled, and it just loses grip there on the corner of this little shelf, whatever it's grabbing of it, and they just come apart. So that's that part. For the tumblers, I'm gonna put the spring and these two tumblers back on. Just give me a sec. And so again, why the latch is unable to hold onto the cable's end is because this is too wobbly. It's a design problem. This failed as a product while it was on a blueprint at somebody's desktop. Okay, that hole in the plastic is too big. It's not a plastic versus metal issue. It's the dimensions, the design dimensions of this, and the latch itself is too wobbly inside the housing there. That whatever play it has and whatever wobble it has, it's too much, so they disconnect. Now, moving on to the tumblers. Why the tumblers fail is another geometric puzzle here. The tumbles work as a keyed product. You can see a keyway cut into this plastic, which is this little notch here. That would be the keyway, and that keyway has to match with the key that's on this shaft here. I know it's white on white, but work with me on this one. So these tumblers should line up with the keys, and that's when this latch is able to open and release the cable's anchor end from that little shelf there inside the latch. So that's how it works in theory. However, the gap here between these two sections of keys here, this gap here is too big. In normal operation, while, let me just put that back on, while this tumbler is on this shaft here, it should be able to spin, so you can set it to any combination you like. However, it should line up at one point with the keyway to enable the latch to be opened. But because this gap is too big here, it spins alright, but it also moves too much sideways, just enough for the cable's end to detach or release this little shelf inside the latch. Okay, so this gap here is too much. There shouldn't be a gap there, right there. Okay, this is the gappage problem there that allows the latch to move sideways ever so slightly, plus the play this latch has inside the housing, coupled with the play the anchor has on this shelf inside the latch, just releases the latch no matter what position the tumblers are set to. So that's why this product fails as a design. Okay, don't buy it.